completely different breeds, but in common they are both rescued and have already survived against the odds. Maverick the lab has overcome cancer, and his previous owners were ready to put him down before he was put into a shelter and ultimately adopted. Buddy the steer came to his new home from a butcher when an incredible young girl saved $900 to buy Buddy and save his life. When Maverick first met Buddy, he walked into Buddy's pen and they began to sniff and follow each other in the corral. They interact daily ever since, licking each other's faces, giving playful headbutts, and chasing each other around the ring. Nothing like a dance break between friends. In Tarzana, California, family dance parties in the living room recently went to the dogs.
12.
Ever since baby Christian decided his dog Summer makes the ideal dance partner, these two have been getting down to all the greatest hits. Luckily, Summer the pug doesn't seem to mind if baby takes the lead. In Dade City, Florida, Dade City Wild Things is home to over 100 species of animals.
Dade City Wild Things is actually a ecotourism sanctuary zoo. We kind of do sanctuary work, I do wildlife rescue work, and I also do conservation work. A lot of people ask me how I started or why I started this. It's kind of one of those days I woke up and I had a zoo. It's not something I intended to do.
While 22 acres could be home to one of the most opulent Florida properties, Kathy and Kenny Stearns have turned their land into a conservation park. But there is one animal who stands out from the rest. A coyote pup named Macey is broken away from her pack in canine tradition to form an unusual friendship.
These are baby coyotes. They're about 4 months old. This little one here is Macey. In Florida, coyotes are actually considered to a lot of people a nuisance because they attack cattle. Macey's parents was actually wild coyotes. Something happened to the mother and they ended up falling into this abandoned pool and they couldn't get out. We were able to get them and raise them, and that's where their father came from, that particular place. Macey is born here on the property with 3 siblings. She's always, to me, has been a very pretty coyote. She has extra white markings around her mouth and her face, and that just always, to me, made her very, almost elegant. Kelsey was the one that did most of the hand raising with the coyotes, so she's got a big bond with the coyotes. From a very young age, we hand raised and bottle fed her and her siblings. Macey's always been the rump. She's always been considerably smaller than her siblings. In a lot of litters, the rumps don't even survive. She was so much smaller, especially at the very beginning, that she was constantly fighting off all 3 of them. Because of her size, it's easier for her bigger siblings to pick on her and push her around. We started to be concerned that she was getting too dominated. Even when she was left alone, she was just very timid and in the corners. You could just tell she was miserable. So we decided to pull her out and try and buy herself. And while we specialize in death cycle, but in captivity, that's our responsibility to make sure that that doesn't happen. The idea was not to keep her completely away, but to actually give her time to strengthen and grow and then be able to hold her own. We're always looking at ways to try and, bring her out of her shell a little bit and get her to be able to interact better with her siblings. We would play with her some, but we didn't want her play to be 100% with us because we do want her to be with the other coyotes. Then we come up with the idea of giving her a chance to learn to play with another animal. We tried one of the other coyotes, and that didn't work. They were so rough even with the one, and she was so small.
When Macey's own siblings wouldn't accept her as her own idea, how about a bobcat as a playmate? And it was a match made in heaven.
The first time we put them together, we were a little nervous because they're so different, and the way they play is very different. And so I wasn't really sure how that was going to work. When we put them in, they were just happy to get together.
It was kind of just obvious off the bat. It's so natural, they were just so entwined in their own world. Just kind of like instantly they was buds.
They definitely remember each other.
They do have quite different styles of interaction. They're both predator animals, and they can be uncomfortable, especially if they're adults, to be expected to live with the other species. And so there's a lot of competition and fighting.
she went
Travel a
back
lot
with the
today.
coyotes, which we still put her back with the coyotes every day. You could just see the difference in her personality.
It was clear that her bond with Percila had given her confidence with the other coyotes. They won't be pushing her around anymore.
Macey imitates Percila in a lot of ways, but she's learning skills that you don't typically see in coyotes. Macey's actually learning tricks of the pack trade that she could use on the others that they weren't expecting.
Look at what I learned at camp, huh?
Percila's about 13 weeks old. She's going to be a good 30, 40 pounds. She's going to be a huge cat. She's got a lot of growing to do.
Bobcats are found in the U.S., Mexico, and southern Canada. Full-grown bobcats are known to take down animals 8 times their size.
And Percila has more of an instinct to hit and run. Unlike the coyotes have more of a tendency to stick and stay and pin down and hold. So Macey started to see it more as a game and more fun. Even though cats and dogs are different, I think that they work together.
Bobcats, of course, are cats, and coyotes are part of the wolf dog family, the canine family. They wouldn't normally, in the wild, ever fall in a relationship with each other.